Welcome to another episode of Equity Street, where we provide the roadmap to property wealth. We're answering the questions of real estate investors across the country, and of course, I am joined by one of Australia's leading property experts, Matthew Bauer, to answer your questions. So let's get straight on into it. Now, of course, property continues to dominate the headlines, and that's probably why Carol and Ryan have asked the question, is it time to back out of property or get into property in 2022, Matt?
Yeah, good question. And I think everyone has that question on their lips at the moment. How much further can it go? We've seen massive increases above 20% across the major marketplaces. Is it sustainable? Is it going to crash? Are we in a bubble? All those things come into play. I think first and foremost, it does come down to your own personal circumstances, your financial objectives, and where you're at the moment as to whether that means you need to cash out for whatever reason or whether you want to enter the market. Look, I think if you look back historically, the peaks and troughs of the property cycles across the country, this is a repeat process. But what we tend to get conditioned to is the media hype and headlines that come into play. There's never been a bubble burst situation when it comes to Australian property. So I think personal circumstances plays a part. Whilst we might see, I guess, a slower rate of growth in 2022 and beyond, I still think we're going to see increasing property prices for good locations, the right property in the right situation, with the right fundamentals in place. There are so many other factors that will still remain in 2022, whether that's demand, future immigration, low interest rates, a very distinct lack of supply, and desirability in, I guess, the go-to locations as well. So personally, I think we're probably at the midway point. I think it's still 5 or 6 years of good, strong capital growth before we start to see a slowdown. And some of that is aligned to, I guess, where the ongoing commentary from the RBA suggests that interest rates aren't going up just at the moment. So I would certainly take stock of where you are financially on a personal standpoint, your own circumstances, and get into the market and continue to accumulate.